Our first band tonight, well, they're a fresh-faced bunch of lads from Birmingham who are hoping to hit the big time. And we actually think that they're cool on sound, that they actually have got what it takes.
Hello, my name is Simon Le Bon, I'm from Duran Duran, and I was born on the 27th of October in England in the evening, which makes me a Scorpione. Is that good?
Yeah. Could you do it again?
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome Duran Duran!
Hello there. Shoot, are you a Duran? One of the brothers?
I'm Arthur Duran, this is Alfred Duran, and this is Amos Duran.
And we have Andy, Roger, Dick, Bob, Pete. So, let me do this one more time. We have Roger, we have Andy, we have Simon, we have Nick, and we have John. All right.
Who is Duran Duran? It's Simon Le Bon, a former drama student whose engagement to a model broke 1 million hearts. Nick Rhodes, the co-founder of Duran Duran, whose steady girl is also a model. Andy Taylor, married to the band's hairdresser and owner of a new restaurant named after their hit Rio. John Taylor, a James Bond fan with a passion for fancy cars. And Roger Taylor, the drummer and most reclusive member of the band.
Pop pioneers Duran Duran have stood the test of time since forming in Birmingham way back in 1978.
More than 2 decades on from their first hit album, the 80s icons aren't too stressed about the ageing tag.
We've all been living in oxygen tents with hermetically sealed, and protein injections every week. Me too.
Took their name from the Jane Fonda flick Barbarella.
Dr. Duran.
And have gone on to sell more than 100 million records around the world.
It's a new chapter for the British band that wrote the book on early music video production.
When somebody from the record company said, hey, why don't you guys make a little film to go with this song? It was a dream for us.
It's like you got
because we thought very visually anyway.
The video shoot in Sri Lanka wasn't all fun.
It wasn't a party doing those things in Sri Lanka, jumping around in a pool of elephants, I can tell you. That's a key.
They sold a jet-set lifestyle of extreme fashions, exotic locales, and of course, beautiful women.
We used to be wild and go out and spend half our time chasing around after things. Yes, probably, yeah. Women would suit that quite well.
Things in knickers and packets.
I was in Japan, all I was interested in was finding women. And I'd go to the clubs where the Western models meet, and I'd take them back home with me. And I'd spend all my time either in the nightclub or in my bedroom bonking.
In the 80s, Duran Duran was so big that people compared the hype with Beatlemania.
Right, I suppose people had gone that crazy for a long time. Not since the Beatles, the Stones, the Doors. Basically Rolling. Basically Rolling.
Basically Rolling.
I was actually editing the biggest teen magazine in Australia at the time. It was crazy. It was like the Beatles had arrived. What was it like for you on the inside of all of that?
Oh my God, it was outrageous. I mean, you might have felt sorry for us, but we had more fun on that tour than most people have in a lifetime.
We did it. There's a guy there, he's the head of A&R, he looked after Duran Duran. He chose what record went to the radio because it was the one he liked the most.
Now I think if you haven't had a hit record by the second single, you know, you drop from the company.
But extravagance and excess took their toll, especially combined with record label pressure to write more, sell more, tour more.
I just felt completely empty at the end of that thing.
It's something that the media started to get their teeth into.
You know, sex and drugs and rock and roll. And it tends to be in that order that people are interested in your group. You know, the music definitely is the last thing they're interested in.
Duran's risque video for Girls on Film earned the dubious honor of being banned by both the BBC and MTV.
I think that song was actually like the #1 video jukebox song for about 3 years running. It's quite incredible, really, what a little bit of Ice Cube on the nipple will do for you. And we were invited to parties, we used to go to nightclubs, we were surrounded by beautiful people. It was really the rock and roll dream, and we lived it to the absolute full.
The sheer interest in the human factor, that these boys aren't just all wrapped in cling film, they do have habits, increased record sales and humanized us. We weren't just all sitting there mincing around a box of Max Factor. And that, you know, on the 42nd floor, there might be something salacious going on after midnight.
You have been received the prize that you are icon of style.
Oh yeah, every morning when we get up after breakfast, having had no sleep, we stand there in front of the mirror and say, "Oh, don't I look like an icon today?"
More of a legend, I think.
What do you think about this prize?
Reward. Excuse me. It's carrots. It's not beer. It's carrots. It's okay. It's okay. It's not hot dog.
So you guys see yourselves doing this many years down the line?
When you start out, you want to be top of the charts, and you want to be doing sell-out concerts, and you want to travel, and you do this. And now we just want to be relevant.
We want to be top of the charts and sell our concerts.
Yes, actually,
But in a relevant sort of way.
I was at all their concerts, you know, I was 11 years old and in the audience screaming and freaking out.
Well, you got 5 hot guys, so it's hard not to, right?
I wanted to be John Taylor my whole life. I still want to be John Taylor, and I'm going to go see John Taylor tonight.
It was our Beatles for us, for the 80s generation.
The band was so huge that the biggest artist of the day, Michael Jackson, wanted to work with them.
I said, okay, well, tell him to give me a call, thinking, well, probably won't hear from him, and he did call. But we never got that together, so there you go.
Another fan was supposedly Princess Diana.
That was another kind of a PR thing, I think. I think it really suited her image that she was being cast as a, you know, as a regular girl, and just like every teenage girl in the country at the time, she was into Duran Duran. I mean, I don't know how much she... Yeah, I don't know how much she listened to the records.
You want to be modest, you know. You don't want to kind of be big-headed and claim that you're the godfather of this and the daddy of that and the reason that this is happening now, you know, because it doesn't look very good. It either looks like you've been left out, or you've got sour grapes, or you've just lost it, actually. So I tend not to think like that at all. It's when people come to us and they say, or they say in other interviews, that we've influenced them. That's when we realise it. I mean, there's people like Fred Durst, Limp Bizkit, has cited Duran Duran, as has Jonathan from Korn, as has Gwen Stefani from No Doubt, you know. And of course, they're of an age where they would have grown up with our music. Of course, we would have influenced them, yeah.
What we didn't realise was you were going to change the face of music and the face of live music, which you did, because you created the arena show.
Right.
Because back then, most people played the big theatres, and you took music to the arenas.
We did. And we put video screens up. We took a huge bank of video screens with us on tour, and nobody had ever seen that before.
It was probably the biggest leap in our career, really. The people just didn't want to let us off stage, did they?
We'd have this wave of energy, of sexual energy, sort of come towards us.
Well, it's just like a wall of sound, you know, where the screaming didn't stop. There was no sort of recognition between a song starting and a song finishing and another song starting. It was just a wall of hysteria.
Duran Duran arrived in America, where the media hyped them as the new Beatles and dubbed them the Fab Five. The band soon found it wasn't safe to travel the streets alone. Adoring teenage fans pursued them everywhere.
We did an in-store signing on Times Square, it was. And somebody said, there's a few people out there. We got there's 12,000 people. And we got back to the hotel. That night, it was on the ABC News at 6. And we thought, gentlemen, we have arrived.
Well, Duran Duran is in New York City today, and the reason that all these fans are here is because... What do you think of Duran Duran?
Some 3,000 fans lined up early this morning, pressed police barricades for 3 blocks, all of them waiting to get at least a glimpse of their idols, at best to get an autograph inside a Midtown video store, pushing the group's new videotape.
to come back from Montserrat, all the screaming teenagers at Heathrow Airport the other day, whisked off to the West End and then whisked in here through more screaming teenagers. I don't know how you know where you are.
Sure, wasn't it just?
It was amazing. It was great that many people just turned out.
But they've been outside here today singing the songs
I
word for
know,
word.
they're good at it as well. They're getting better than we are. It's disgusting.
Where can you go shopping without being recognised? That's the thing. And
If I told you.
Looking for less drama this go-round, Duran Duran hopes to replicate their 80s success. Just last week in Japan, you would have thought it was 1983. The roller coaster starts again.
Look at the fans out there. There's a lot of people
Aren't they
waiting.
wonderful?
Hello.
Yeah.
Waiting.
How you doing?
Hello.
Nice hat. Very nice hat.
褒めてらっしゃいますけれども、5人揃ってこういうサテライトスタジオってどうですか? How's it like to be in a studio, a satellite studio like this with five
Feels
of
a little
you
bit like
together?
a goldfish, actually. I know how
Yeah,
a fish
yeah.
feels now.
Living in a fishbowl. Yeah, we sacrificed ourselves.
Yeah.
So everybody else could have a good time, ain't that? Well, it's payback time.
Yeah, but that fishbowl got put on a couple of nice mantelpieces, you know.
And that was when I knew that it was growing to a proportion. There was a lot of people that were trying to get in touch with us and things. Thousands of new friends we never really had before.
John Taylor's wet nurse.
People have been saying sort of things like, what's it like doing it a second time and all that stuff, and like I guess we're thinking, it's not really like the first time around. I mean, there's not quite as many people, but today it kind of really felt, oh yeah, this feels familiar.
After 2 hours of serious signing with hundreds of fans still queuing, the band had to leave for the gig, but they had a few problems finding the car.
I feel like I'm in seventh heaven. It's just unbelievable. You plan what you're gonna say. You're like, I'm not gonna act stupid, and I'm not gonna cry. I got in front of John Taylor, my body froze, and I'm like, John, I wanted to say something to you, but I forgot.
It was a great experience. I was waiting online for over 7 hours to meet them, but it was worth it because I just want to show them how much I appreciate their music.
You Duran fan? Hell yeah. Big Duran fan. Yeah. Are you gonna try and get in the car with them? Yeah.
Interference book.
Beautiful.
To me. And then John Taylor, he did not like this picture. He put ouch. You know how very vain he is. And then Simon, I love this picture. It's one of my favorites.
I just told them they're phenomenal. I mean, look at them. They really, truly are. I'm amazed.
The music is excellent.
Simon the Buzz.
They're great. You excited? Yeah! Nick Rose! All right! All right! They're great!
How long have you been a fan? For a very long time, about 15 years. And is this the first time you met them? Yes. I've been planning on this all my life.
Oh my god! How do you feel right now? I guess. How long have you waited for this moment?
13 years.
13 years. 13 years. That's all.
What did you say to them?
We get an elevator and pull it down. Our names.
Hi, Simon. I didn't know what to say.
Hello, Erica. Hello, Erica. Yes, it's Nick. Why aren't you at the Fazano Hotel? Can you hear me?
I think she fainted.
Usually we'd arrive at a hotel and we couldn't leave the hotel. You'd be 1,000 kids you know, outside the hotel with their faces pressed up against the window.
きっかけをまず tell us how you get back together again after all these years.
We had to look in the phone book. And I tell you
really.
what, there's a hell of a lot of tailors.
There's a lot of tailors in there.
It took me days to get through them all.
もう日にちが経ちすぎて電話帳いちいち調べないとみんなの住所録わからなくてさ一生懸命調べたことから。But whose idea was it? I mean, was it like everybody's idea?
Well, Simon and I have been talking about it for a while with John, who had broached the subject and said, you know, we're going to do it, guys, or not?
Back in the 80s.
No, was it?
It was.
It was much more recent than that.
And for thousands of Kiwis like Wendy, it's the event of the year. And for one lucky fan, it's also meant the opportunity of a lifetime.
She's idolised Duran Duran since her childhood in Glasgow. 25 years on, her dream comes true.
It's probably the most exciting moment I've ever had, really.
He started touring again, I think 2003.
I've been stalking you since then.
Well, it's like, you can do that. we've had a band meeting about this, and we have no problem with you stalking us. It's strange that people don't seem to mind having Jenny as a stalker. In fact, we were thinking of sending an itinerary of our European tour to you, complete with hotels and aliases as well.
Don't send it, I've already got it. I've done my research.
Hi, my name is Simon.
It's not an education centre when you come to see a big band. It's a place, I don't want to sound pretentious when I say a place of worship, but you're coming to celebrate what you know. And part of going to see AC/DC, Def Leppard, U2, Duran Duran, Iron Maiden, doesn't matter who it is to hear all the stuff that you saw on MTV.
What am I looking forward to? The best possible concert that has ever happened in the history of Duran Duran.
Oh, tubular bells, Rod. They're tubular bells, man. No.
The sneak preview.
There you go. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like when you play a theatre or an arena, you own the room. Right. You know, everybody's going there to see you. But, you know, festivals are much more, it's like a buffet, you know, and it's as opposed to like a candlelit dinner for two, which is what an arena is like when you're just going to see one artist.
And John Taylor, you are the prawn cocktail.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's a group that you've not seen for a while. They're absolutely incredible. They're even more brilliant than they used to be. They're incredibly wonderful. Duran! Duran! Duran!
All right, boys, bitches. Hey, you fucking joysticks go out, Thomas.
I feel very young tonight, you know what I mean? It smells good as well. Yeah. The whole room smells good. You guys putting out some vibes. Some youth vibe. Eternal youth. Is that the smell? Is that the smell? Johnny, who makes that? It's, Rio. Is it Rio? How cheesy.
Have we got it yet? Yeah? It's a beautiful night, ain't it? Have you danced yourself stupid? Are you looking forward to the bang? I know I am.
But you know what? This is about being not too proud to reach out for help. This is, anyway, here it is. This is Falling Down. usually have. See, I've done it again.
Hold on a second. Now we've got a little
They never make these set that's big enough for me, you know, the writing. In fact, I'd like to just spell it out phonetically, actually. For this tour, but it was just Nick said it was too expensive. So only Mick Jagger can afford that. So what we've actually got is a very small person down here holding up cue cards. You can't see him, but I can. You right, Bill? Falling down, right? Yeah, it's falling down. Be a minute while we sort a few technical issues out. We have technical issues in this band. We don't have problems, they're technical issues. We find it always looks better in the press when it's technical issues. That was Duran Duran really fucked up. They looked terrible last night.
I did storm. Was that stormy enough?
You stormed off.
Was that stormy?
Do you see the little? Do you see him throw his toys out of the pram? I mean, Elton John's got nothing on him. Ready? Let's do it. Are you sitting down? Why don't you stand up? Madam, stop picking your nose. Say hello, John. Hello, John. Plays the guitar, also plays the goat. Mr. Andy Taylor. Yeah. My name is Donald Duck, quack, quack. And I'll tell you my favourite joke. Two cannibals eating a clown. One says to the other one, does this taste funny to you? Everybody hands above heads, please! That means you with the suit and the Mickey bow on. Just because you look like a penguin doesn't mean you have to act like one.
They're throwing a party tonight for the band. We're going to have some real Peruvian food, drinks, pisco sour, lots of pisco sour.
Like the pisco sour?
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. And dancing, so it's going to be great.
Do you guys still party like you did in the 80s?
Not quite, no.
Ellos van a tocar, eso es un lujo, gente, esto realmente es un lujo. El 4 de noviembre se presenta Duran Duran aquí en nuestro país.
Somos Duran Duran para Canal América.
Sí.
So what would you like for Christmas? What would I like? I'd like a Gothic palazzo just on the Grand Canal in Venice, I think. Would be a nice, thoughtful gift.
So, Roger, what would you like for Christmas?
Just to be at home, I think. Actually, we've been away quite a lot this year, so home with the family, I think. It was so humble, wasn't it? And me being so extravagant.
The next band, because I kissed them every single night, all over their bodies. It's true. I cannot believe that in real life they are this close to me. I mean, this is every girl's dream snog.
Really
They're there. I'm sorry. I've had Dr. Mark Porter, and now really what? Duran Duran!
They have been the crush band for so long, and they still are. Let's face it, Duran Duran. I love what you all said in an interview. You're heading back now, February 11th. Your American tour begins in Miami. And you said, we're so glad to be back with our enthusiasm and our hair.
Well, it's handy, you know.
It is handy.
Check whether the glues work.
Yeah, it should have set by now.
We were accused once of having suspicious hair.
A new disease with some old familiar symptoms has struck teenage girls around the world. The disease is called Duranitis, and the symptoms are screaming, swooning, and tears of ecstasy. It strikes whenever the British rock band Duran Duran appears.
I kissed your picture for so many years. Sorry.
It's just not a picture.
Take her away, for God's sake.
Durannies, as they're called.
John Taylor is the happiest fan ever, 33
The
years.
insanity never ends.
He always got most fan mail.
Well, you were counting?
Of course.
He was counting.
I was moving the piles.
We have started. We've obviously started. Hey, buon Natale. Al pubblico, the DJ TV.
Was that one good?
Please tell me now.
The 17-year-old Julia Kim are dedicated Duran Duran fans. They've read all the articles ever written on their idols. Lori's room is full of posters, pictures, buttons, all the records, even Duran Duran shoes.
I used to think that people who had posters and listened to and bought all the albums were a little bit spinny and not quite in touch with reality and were groupies. But then when Duran Duran came along, it didn't seem like that. I'm not quite sure why, actually.
Voices in your body coming through on the radio. The union of the snake is on decline. The nothing's gonna rest, gonna break through the borderline.
Simon, Andy, Nick, John, and Roger are Duran Duran, a popular British rock group. They've been dubbed the Fab Five, but such comparisons to the Beatles aren't because the music is similar, it's because of the girls.
And I think that romantic aspect appeals to the feminine gender, especially of the younger female variety.
We're standing up and waving a flag and saying, hey, you know, come on, pull it together, let's be optimistic. If you're going to get anything done, you've got to start thinking positive.
More than 8,000 Duran Duran fans, most of them under 18, went to the Olympic Saddle Dome to hear what the band calls their music without a message. They willingly lined up to buy $25 sweatshirts and other souvenirs, and then pushed their way into $15 seats to await their heroes.
Dancing close, I can hear the singers. Voices in your body coming through on the radio. The union of the state is on the climb. Through the night, it's gonna race, gonna break through the
Today, they're called Duran.
They are very, very dedicated to us. And they hang around in hotels, waiting for us to come down and follow us and go out shopping, things like that. And we certainly have a lot of young fans, and I wouldn't swap them for anything in the world.
These streamers are pretty tame compared to some in the world. The 5 musicians got mobbed on tours in England and Japan and had a frightening experience in Australia.
Drivers thought it was like, getaway, great bank robbery or something. Again, it's screaming off, and so a kid jumps on the front car on the bonnet. I was holding onto the bonnet, and the driver was trying to swerve to throw the kid off. He thought, took it seriously. We went, hey, slow down, man.
About 4.5 years ago, somebody's pulling my ears.
The hugest difference between Duran Duran and the pop acts that are around today is that our background was very different, and we came from a real rock
singer, songwriter, the whole thing.
The Beatles, the Stones, David Bowie, Roxy Music, punk rock.
This is a real Ruttles moment, isn't it? This is where it all started, in this little house here.
I don't think it was this one.
I think the door was on the other side,
I think it was here. It was here. You think this was it?
Yes.
Number 260.
This is where I joined the band.
Are you sure, Roger?
This very building here. Then again, it could be another one up there.
So this is really my moment, is just walking through that door right there. Just set my drums up and started jamming.
We came back from the pub one evening and they'd scrawled "Disco sucks" on the door, on the door where we rehearsed.
Y Dice Taylor, ¿sois familia?
No.
Es un nombre muy común en Inglaterra, Taylor, y es una coincidencia.
It's not but the funny thing about Twitter is it's not just Duran fans. It's other people too. You get other people who aren't Duran fans at all, and
put a really bad comment in there somewhere, don't they?
That's true. So, it can be quite painful as well. It's not always nice. People can be assholes.
Yeah.
But then you can just block them.
Oh yeah, cool. So.
everyone was whipped into a snorting frenzy.
This weekend, New York saw some quite extraordinary scenes when the British pop group Duran Duran went to sign autographs. It turned out to be reminiscent of the days when the Beatles took the United States by storm.
Have they got police officers out there? Oh, God, where are they?
I can't believe how violent it is, and everyone's just, like, going crazy because they all love Duran Duran.
I love Roger so much. How do you feel about this? Oh, forget about it. They're the best. How do you feel? Oh, I'm so nervous. Oh, my God.
Go that way, don't faint, go that way.
They were here for a long time.
Well, the thousands that didn't get close to Duran Duran today are hoping that they'll be around for a long time.
It's an all-star cast and an all-star evening.
Outside this West End theater, Hysteria. Inside, glittery British rock group Duran Duran stayed cool, waiting to meet Britain's most glittery royal couple, Charles and Diana, guests of honor at last night's charity Royal Rock Gala.
You know, looking anything but notorious on the camera, so you know you can't do the right thing in some people's eyes.
We wanted to play the Reflex next, because that was shot in Toronto.
Right, that's right. Yeah.
So a little bit, so you have more of a connection with Toronto than simply whizzing through with a CNE.
Appears on our video discography.
to sort of demonstrate that it was Australia, they'd given us, like, I was holding a Joey, which shit on me.
Which is a baby kangaroo, isn't it?
Yeah, and John had a possum which was running all around his head.
This is Joey.
Joey LeBon.
This is Peter Possum on percussion. And Joey on backing vocals.
And Roger had this wombat, which is like a rather large rat, and with no neck at all. I mean, it's that big.
We're going to start a tour. We've just finished the new album, in fact, and we're going to start a tour in about 3 weeks' time, which will last for about another 2 weeks. And
jumped out of his arms and walked halfway across the grass, and then he turned around and came and attacked Roger. This is trousers. And Roger started putting his legs up in the air. And then it attacked him, John. It was... Just when you thought your interview was over, you're back on film.
So how does it feel then performing that out or hearing people sing it back to you from the crowd? You feel like they're commiserating with you or with you as one emotionally as well as, in the spirit?
No, I think people have that, they kind of project their own lives onto these songs, and they can read it their own way. I mean, that's one of the things that's it's been a thing about Duran Duran, is that sometimes there's songs you just don't really know what the lyrics are about.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I would cite the Reflex here.
I think I figured that one out. I think.
Exhibit A, the Reflex. I don't know what it's about.
But what's the song about bedroom toys? I saw the bedroom toys and now I'm strolling.
I saw the bedroom toys, now I'm stalling.
Stalling, okay.
I can't believe my eyes. I saw the bedroom toys, now I'm crawling. I learned to improvise. It's a kind of joke.
We hebben het officiële exemplaar ook gehad. Dit is bedroom toys.
So these are for you, and this is for you, and I promised I would give more of these. I bet your hotel room beds are just covered with these little things. Maybe some of these you can keep your pajamas in.
Yeah, thanks.
There you go.
Thanks very much.
And you have a lot
Very
of fun.
neat, don't you think?
And they are.
Trouble last time.
These are all toys for you.
This is great.
Toys. Now, can I ask you, Nick, what kind of...
Oh, look!
You now that one back.
Let's say a 40 or 50-year-old woman would throw a big pair of undies up on stage. Yeah,
that's
like
happened.
Bridget Jones' Diet, really?
It has happened. We've had quite a few big pairs. Lying on there, or bras, you pick it up, it's like, wow! Who did that come off? But we do get small ones as well, so we get a cross-section of underwear, okay, so sizes being thrown. Is it okay to give a long story?
She just took her clothes off
and she jumps
on the windscreen of the car.
Swooning and fainting.
Wrapped herself around me entirely naked.
And as this guy's driving off,
and there I was with the wife and kids.
There's a girl hanging on the wipers.
It was most embarrassing.
And I say, just keep driving and she'll fall off. Go. That's about as crazy as they get now. I mean, they tend to just come and check in the hotel now. They used to be outside banging on the windows and trying to rip our clothes off. Now they've probably checked in the next room.
The boys are back. The mania has returned. That curious kind of lovesickness unique to teenage girls. We first saw it 2 decades ago, but this is the present. And these screaming girls, this sold-out rock concert, is all for Duran Duran. 5 heroes who've rocked the charts and swept the Grammy Awards with their unique British sound.
Nel mondo, il migliore, è troppo bello.
We have a very special relationship with friends, Romans and countrymen. Lend me your ears.
We're not really comparable. I mean, I'd like to think we're sort of creating our own history as opposed to living off somebody else's, really.
I think that the Screaming Girl syndrome is really where the comparison ends. You know, you can't take it any further than that.
It's wonderful. I saw it in San Francisco, which was sort of mad, and this is different in one's own country.
I've
it's
never
lovely.
heard such crowds outside as we've got today.
The Duran Duran help a bit. I don't think they're doing it for us.
I was reading that you're going to be involved, if we can hear ourselves think, in the big concert which is going to be on satellite between America and this country.
That's right, it's July 13th and it's from JFK Stadium and around New York. It's Philadelphia, isn't it? JFK in Philadelphia and Wembley Stadium in England.
Studio di Domenica Inn. Sta arrivando John Taylor, questo inglese di Birmingham, dove vivono ancora i suoi genitori e dove ha incontrato quando aveva 11 anni Nick Rhodes, con il quale formò il nucleo originario dei Duran Duran.
Hotel Greif, che la band dovrebbe lasciare domani in tarda mattinata per proseguire il tour, abbiamo incontrato lo storico chitarrista dei Duran Duran, che ha fatto sognare un'intera generazione di teenagers negli anni '80, John Taylor.
John Taylor è abituato a queste manifestazioni di entusiasmo da parte delle fans, ma vedete che la Mercedes non riesce a girare, la polizia sta cercando di tenere lontano le ragazze.
If there's a time that we ever see the nature of life in reality, for now I wanna be there to kick out the
Ogni volta le ragazze fanno così la domenica pomeriggio, every time a welcome warmer and warmer. Yeah, it's getting, we'll all have to come back next time, I don't know what's going to happen.
We were a little nervous that there might be some serious injury or something. But they, they got into it. They were very cool. Actually, there was a lot of kids carried out, but no more than usual.
Sometimes you wonder, and she laughs in her frustration, the medicine we desire.
never thought that they were such nice guys. I thought that they were superstars, but they are very good people to work with, and they've been very cooperative, and their problem is exactly my problem. Make sure that nobody gets hurt, make sure that we can open the door as early as possible, make sure that all the people can sit comfortably. And this is what we've done.
If you listen to the audience, there's a roar which comes up off them. Well, that's Italian passion for you.
Take a letter from my hand. I'm positively coming out of nowhere. If you're asking who I am, I don't fit into none of your standards. Never hit the freedom road until I knew I wasn't gonna hurt no one. Can't stay no moral code. As far as I see, I stand by none of the above.
Once you guys all start on those stands, we know.
Mrs. Falzarano.
Annyeonghaseyo. In realtà solo in pochi sono riusciti a parlare con Simon o con John, per le altre l'attesa e poi la delusione quando sono fuggiti i Duran Duran.
Eles foram, esta semana, heróis de uma camada da juventude. Na Grã-Bretanha, país de origem do grupo, eles são apenas 5 jovens com êxito. Aqui foi muito mais do que isso.
Do you think you'll still be recording as Duran Duran in 15 years' time?
Will we still be recording as Duran Duran in 15 years' time?
Yeah.
Oh, only God knows that.
Fenómeno difícil de explicar. Nem as fãs que estiveram no aeroporto, nem as que jantaram e dançaram com os 5 Duran Duran sabem justificar esta histeria.
Tell me a bit about your video project I've been hearing a lot about.
Oh, we don't want to talk about videos. We thought this programme was supposed to be full of trivia and trite sexual innuendo, you know?
I'm moving on to the trite sexual innuendo in a minute. That's why I moved my leg.
Right. Yeah, we make videos.
Yeah.
Foram jantar e dançar na boate Hino de Lisboa com os seus ídolos, numa noite com certeza inesquecível. Mas curioso foi aquilo que aconteceu em Cascais e no Porto. Em vez da frequente violência que se verifica nos concertos rock, em Cascais e no Porto assistiu-se à troca de flores entre o público e os elementos do grupo Duran Duran que estavam no palco.
Hey, let's go now. Monkey hunt.
In the States, what happened while you were in the States? Because you've just got back from there. Are you not bored with touring all the time?
We're not bored, we're just bloody knackered.
What? Oops. Oh, you promised you wouldn't. Right, where's the ruler?
That's right, we say that. Yes, we do.
Squirrel.
Squirrel.
Squirrel. Oh, they call it squirrel.
You said squirrel.
Squirrel. Squirrel. Squirrel.
There's no W in it.
Squirrel. Squirrel.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, how
nice
you
to
doing?
meet you.
Good.
But you're still mates. How cool.
This is so awesome. Yes, thank you. I'm shaking.
Don't do that.
25 years. 25 years we waited for this.
Did you like it?
Thank you,
What do you call what you're sitting on? What is this that you're sitting on?
What do you call the front end?
The hood.
It's a
Bonnet.
Hey.
What's this that you're sitting on?
What,
This is a what?
Okay.
Hi, my name is Simon Le Bon. I'm from Duran Duran, coming to you on DJ TV, and I'd like to tell you that if you'd like to write to us at our fan club, the address is 273 Broad Street, Birmingham, England. Scriveteci.
That was one, wasn't it? How do you spell silk? Spell silk.
S-I-L-K.
What do cows drink?
Milk.
Rubbish. Cows drink water.
Are you tired?
So keep you, yeah. I'm fucked. I won't say that live. Came from Hong Kong, arrived this morning. I made the fatal error of jumping ship and decided that I wanted to go earlier because I thought it would be a better service. But in so doing, I missed the escort through immigration and stayed in the queue for 1.5 hours longer. These guys left 2 hours after I left, and they got,
Can you feel
and they
the
got
smugness?
in.
Can you feel
and
the
they,
smugness
and
coming?
and they arrived 10 minutes after I did.
And there's something that reminds you of what it used to be, but it's all very hip and now.
Yeah, well, I think that's the trick, isn't it?
If you listen closely, you can hear the kids in the streets singing the songs.
We've got this super hooky vocal on the chorus. To the D minor. Does anybody know?
I like that bit. What's that called? I wish we'd finished all the rehearsals for the tour and we were playing the first day.
Okay. John?
I wish we'd have a day off.
Okay.
It's show business. It's tradition. Well, New York is always special anyway. And it's something we've never done before.
You are watching people.com.
Sì, molto moderno, sì. Hanno scelto bene i collaboratori. Io hanno suonato anche in questo festival molto elettronica di Barcellona, questo Primavera Festival, che adesso...
Simon?
I wish everybody could have as much fun as we have.
And I wish
That's a good
that you guys didn't have the show.
I wish I'd thought of that.
Captain Underpants.
I don't think anybody else would have me.
Of our people up front for a shot after they get through up here.
Buon Natale al pubblico di DJ TV.
Good.
Another one, this one's easy.
Okay.
Vuol dire buon Natale amici di DJ TV. Buon Natale amici di DJ TV.
Okay.
Amici.
All right.
Amici.
Not in Roman. Amici.
Amici. Amici.
Every time you release a record, you have to say something, and people say, well, what's your style now? When I go home for Christmas, my father says, so you're thinking a lot more. Is that your new image?
All right, then let's clarify it. Then let's clarify it.
Okay, we're gonna. Here we have another question. What size pants do you wear, John?
What a dumb question.
John, these are your fans. They're outside and they want to know.
Well, you know, it depends. I mean, if it's Yoji sack of potatoes, they're medium, but everything else is usually large.
Interesting crowd, right? Because, yeah, I mean, it's always, I mean, yes, it is. I mean, it's kind of a great festival.
Matteo, ah, that's very nice. You want to get on? Come on, Marcella. Come on. Come on, John Taylor will walk you around the car park.
And it's not the first time I've heard it, but I have actually heard from quite a few gentlemen that Save a Prayer was their first moment with a certain person. And they know, I don't. And then more recently, I've been approached by people who told me that they were conceived to Save a Prayer. I can imagine how it affects me. I mean, I wasn't there, but I kind of was.
Look at his tail's wagging. He likes you. He likes you, don't you? Look at that face. Inscrutable.
Stones.
Catchy goo goo. Catchy goo goo.
Shut up. It's time for the weather forecast with Simon LeBon.
Zon ma van het zuidwesten wird geleidiglijk meer bevolking gevolgd door af en toe regen.
Yeah!
It's nice and it's rubber, tactile. It has to be rubber and kind of like stocking material. That's the other important part of it.
As the planets turn into the light, something more.
Well, I've got some money in there. I've got. Oh, we don't want to look at that. Well, I've got some sunglasses. That's interesting, isn't it? This is especially for you, Cindy. Nice pair of sunglasses. Put on there.
Watch out for each other, 'cause we know what it means to be alive. Reach up for the sunrise, put your hands in.
There is my Florida driving license. Florida driver's license is valid without photo or signature. That means basically anybody can use it. Oh my God. Now I'm hiding something behind that which I'm going to put on the floor and you're not even going to know what it is. Right. Now, oh no, we could run a competition for this, couldn't we? Why not? Shall I suck it first? That's it. Raise the price so hard. I just lick it a bit on the end. Okay. If anybody wants to win this, they've got to guess what the thing you threw on the floor. You've got to guess what the thing I threw on the floor is. Yeah, why not? Absolutely.
I think politics is a load of bullshit anyway. I hope you keep that in, just the way I said it. Bleep it, don't cut it.
Well, I suppose speaking for the group, I mean, the one thing that we would all like to say is that initially we thought it was going to be very, very difficult to work with a corporation the size of Coca-Cola, and it hasn't been at all. It's been very easy. I mean, I prefer Pepsi myself, but Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Why Polaroids?
Because Polaroids are very versatile and simple and you can do them quickly, and I'm impatient and I like seeing the results quickly.
We're going to see some results right now.
Not yet.
Not immediately. Not immediately. Well, we're about to see some.
Jules wants to see immediately. Now, what are these?
Well, that one. Oh, well, it's difficult to say, really, isn't it? That one's called the pale scene, detail.
So I'm going to get myself some bloody breakfast.
And how about this one?
This one? It's upside down. Well,
Pardon me, not used to art.
this one, this one was actually
signifies that we are going on to something else.
Okay, Simon, I think that's going to disappoint a lot of your female fans. You just said you don't know which way up you are.
I just realised why they gave me this golf ball. It's to throw at him.
I said golf. I said Cut! Print it! I love it!
Stato creando il Power Station, che hanno avuto grande successo, e adesso Nick Roz e Simon Le Bon danno vita a questo gruppo, questo duo degli Arcadia. Ecco la macchina, puoi andare in fondo, stanno arrivando, e il momento atteso da questi ragazzi, bisogna comprendere il loro entusiasmo. Anche noi forse alla loro età avevamo altrettanti entusiasmi, altrettante passioni. Ecco la macchina con i nostri ospiti, e cioè con Simon Le Bon e Nick Roz. Ciao Nick! Ciao Simon!
Beginning, it's like, what the fuck? So,
Yeah.
Sorry, what the bleep?
Yeah.
Sounds, what the hell? Third time lucky.
Salutate ancora il pubblico che vi aspetta, ecco qui. Hi, ciao ragazzi! Ciao! Hi, thanks for coming! Fate passare almeno me? Fate passare almeno me! Fate passare almeno me! Eccoci, siamo nella magica tranquillità adesso. È terrificante, eh?
95 shows.
Yeah, which is the longest we've ever done. I look quite
A
rough,
lot of
don't you
guitar
think?
strings.
Not one, I haven't broken one.
Get out of
Not
here.
one.
95.
No, I've broken guitar strings.
Hi,
No
so you're
bass.
not really playing, right? You're just
That's
going
right,
like
right.
this.
Just miming.
I see.
Just miming. All the stories you heard are true.
They are true.
Palm hands on skin, saving some time to slip away. You can die! Shouldn't be asking wild and scheming. They tried to tame you. Looks like they'll try again. Election day. They still on me surprised. You know something new.
was a little quick. Here it comes again in slow motion for you. And you can see exactly that the microphone wants to part company.
Grazie Simon, grazie Nick. Grazie.
Grazie Peppe.
Grazie. Ciao ragazzi! Simon Le Bon, Arcadia.
Big boy, you see, you can't see me, so I can be doing all kinds of things.
I can see you in a little monitor down there, but I can also see myself, which is very off-putting.
Oh, is it?
So I'm going to look at this one here, which is nothing.
And you have to keep just grinning and hoping for the best. You feel like Stevie Wonder. Now tell me, the last... Oh, no, I didn't...
Il segno arriva da Birmingham, Inghilterra. Nel 1978 John Taylor e Nick Rhodes fondano i Duran Duran. John tormenta le corde di un basso, Nick accarezza una tastiera, inizia un volo leggero. Quando giunge la voce di Simon Le Bon, il volo si fa più alto. I loro suoni, l'abito, l'aspetto diventano il simbolo del mondo nuovo.
Beside the news of holy war and holy need, ours is just a little sorrow talk.
Io ho un'idea per finire questa cosa qua. Quando abbiamo finito, quando tutti si aspettano, loro stessi si aspettano che noi andiamo a casa, ci fermiamo e diciamo: amor que no la mata, amar perdona.
Esto normalmente se llama clave de sol, pero ¿cuándo? Cuando hace sol. Si hace lluvia sería clave de lluvia, y si hace nublado, clave de nublado, ¿eh? Va variando dependiendo del tiempo que vaya haciendo. Y luego están las notas, de notes. No entiendes nada, ¿verdad, Simón? No me extraña. Y luego están las notas que se van poniendo. Tú luego me haces preguntas al final de la clase.
I set my video player before I left to
Did you?
To see the opening ceremony. Yeah, well,
Video play.
Well,
How up to date he is.
TV Plus, whatever it is.
And pop legend Simon Le Bon swapped the stage and studio for the Thames Riverside today when he sent off more than 50 cyclists who are riding from London to Monaco.
I've got a great history with the sea and with sailing, and
que es una negra. Pueden ser corcheas, ¿vale? Esto es una corchea. Acorche. Y aquí tenemos otra corchea. ¿Qué pasa cuando dos corcheas se quieren? Que se juntan. Pu, 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 pu.
You had, just about 20 minutes ago, Simon's autograph, and you gave it away. When you came into the studio, there were a couple of rather special commissionaires, and if you watch this, you can see that you had one of the most prized possessions in the pop world. It was his autograph. He wrote his name on it, on your green sticker, and you promptly handed it away to Nick at the top of the stairs. There's Nick. And did anybody, be honest, did anybody in the audience suss that? Did anyone notice that our commissionaires this evening were Duran Duran?
Sarah Atkinson. I'm Simon. Ready? Okay.
DJ TV, ti amo.
A surprise for you in the middle of your English lesson. And this is it. I'm Simon Le Bon from Duran Duran. You've got Sarah to thank for this. I'm now going to whisk you off on a great big white Charger which I've got parked on the yellow line outside. Tack så mycket. Jag förstår vad du säger.
Do you think it's essential to have a break as a musician to be good looking today?
Oh, absolutely not. That's ridiculous. A lot of people think so, but I mean, there's plenty of really ugly old gits around making a fantastic living out of music because they're excellent performers and they've got charisma.
I want to have a look at your little... I want to have a look at
Senti Simon.
I'm listening.
Well, I thank you very much. È veramente un gentleman.
Well, you've got so many hits. That's the problem. You've so many.
Problem, isn't it?
It's funny that you point that out. Nightmare.
You're very kind. Well, we were together in San Remo, and I saw thousands and thousands of girls attacking you all over. What means success for you?
Well, it means thousands and thousands of girls attacking you all over.
Duran Duran actually created some kind of a Duranomania. You're being compared with the Beatles and everything.
Well, I think that the Beatles comparison is something that came up just because we're the first people to get so many people screaming and fainting and hysterical. I think it's a general trend towards that all over the world at the moment.
It's an extraordinary thing, and I'm not interrupting your flow, but it's the only time doing this show I've ever heard people, I can hear people out in the street screaming. So it must be some kind of sixth sense that you're on.
Vero, sono così stronzi da non farmi entrare.
You do create mass hysteria among the girls.
We like to try. We like a few people sort of waving at us when we go on stage, yeah.
Simon, what are you going to do tonight?
Why? What are you going to do tonight?
No, come on. Ha detto, e tu cosa fai a me? No, you have a millions fan. I'm not in the joke.
What am I doing tonight? Well, I'm open for offers, you know what I mean?
Ha detto che è pronto a qualunque offerta.
Simon, thank you very much. Oh! Simon Le Bon, Nick Ross, John Taylor, i Duran Duran. E domani, se li volete rivedere, a Domenica Inn. Ciao Simon, thank you very much. Ciao, grazie. Ciao. Ciao Nick.
All right. What about a woman vocalist in your group, Nick?
What about what, sorry?
Woman vocalist in your group.
Woman vocalist?
Yeah.
Well, we don't have any at the moment.
No, adesso non ce ne abbiamo e né tantomeno abbiamo previsione di metterle.
Why not?
Why? Oh, well,
perché?
Why not me? Why not me?
Can you sing?
Puoi cantare?
If you want.
What?
Vabbè, vuoi fare la voce?
D'accordo, allora vieni qua, vieni.
Terza domanda, chi è? Testa.
バツルカなんでちょっと聞いてみたいと思います。How come you choose Japan to start the world tour?
How come you talk so quickly? It's all right. No, well, one day we were sort of wandering around, stuck a pin in the map, looked at Japan, thought, well, that's the place to start, isn't it?
ある日ね、こう地図をみんなで見ててね、どうしようかワールドツアーなんて言ったらね、そうしたらね、日本をパッと見つけて、あ、やっぱり日本。Message to the Japanese fans, please.
Nick. Yeah, absolutely. It's Valentine's Day tomorrow, so happy Valentine's Day, and buy lots of tickets for our concert.
Actually, Duran Duran was 7,000 miles from home in Japan. As the train pulled into Tokyo's Ueno station, it was obvious that Duran Mania was still very much alive.
Duran Duran fans. I like Duran Duran.
女の人たちがみんなこう後ろに立っているだから、あっちのスタジオのです階段のところですね、その前に自分たちが立ってる写真がちゃんとスクラップブックに貼ってある。貼ってある。
じゃあまた今度ね来た時にそれ見せていただきたいと思いますけども。
Yeah, we will. We'll come and bring you back so you can have a look at it.
じゃあぜひ古舘さんにお見せしたいんで持ってきます。
And Nick did some waving of his own as he got mobbed in Harajuku Street, one of Tokyo's favorite spots for young people. And of course,
I'm a funny boy. Yeah, I think so too.
What we say to people is, we're a funny bunny.
ああ、なんだかバニーガール？
ファニーバニーだそうです。
完全に外人に舐められてしまったようですね。さあ、それではデュラン・デュランの歌。
Here in the land of the camera, you spend a lot of time getting your picture taken. This time there is only the three of us, and you know, it's a little bit different. It's kind of, it almost feels like there's a couple of people missing, but then at the same time, we've got such a great band behind us, and this time we're happier than we've ever been. And you'd be happy too if you had 35,000 fans packed into a baseball stadium. Except for Live Aid, it was the largest crowd Duran had ever played to.
You don't mention what happened in the breaks.
Thank goodness.
It's the rule. Now, is it, as you're kind of doing this new thing and going into the future, do you look back at the times when there was walls of people? Do you look at them in another way? I mean, you were like...
Yeah, I mean, I think
seas of people were turning out all over the world for you. Do you look back with a new kind of appreciation?
Well, no, we came back as a full-on rock band, you know, living the full-on rock and roll lifestyle, and having, you know, 400 people banging drums and singing outside your bedroom, your hotel bedroom every night. Yeah.
Did that help the whole thing?
Didn't help us get any sleep.
No,
there was a lot of really cross executives.
I mean, do you remember when you were...
Well, what Warren did was he made the right phone call to us. He told us that we needed a guitarist just like him. So, you know, and he's right. You know, he's a pretty far-out guy, and he plays great guitar.
And I got a chance to see Simon Le Bon's stomach. You just have to show the audience.
Oh,
you have no, you have such a nice one.
It doesn't...
I think you were talking about mine. No, it's great. Okay, you go.
Where?
Anywhere. Just look.
Lo devo intervistare io.
Perché?
È Cuculo, il napoletano.
Come napoletano?
Lo conosco. It's true? Yeah, vedo.
Che c'è? It's okay when I'm in...
Potevi sapere così che Cuculo è nato praticamente vicino a me. Cioè, zia, vabbè, tu non puoi sapere, zia Giuseppina abitava a fianco alla mamma di Cucurullo. E sta tutti fatti di Cucurullo. Chiedici, come si dice zia? Zia, come si dice?
Scusa,
in inglese come si dice zia?
Sì,
Uncle.
Stretchy things. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here.
We're not like that. We really don't want the fans to be following us. And we've kind of pushed it away a little bit. And now there's enough time's gone by for us to think, hey, I'm so glad that was us that it happened to, not another band.
Yeah. How is it? I mean, because it would seem you could go anywhere, wherever people want you, and obviously
but it's the plugs, you know. It's the plugs, and all our amplifiers are English, you see. So when we get here, we can't plug them in.
But when will you have it all figured out?
My uncle live vicino a your uncle. Do you remember what like soup of milk? Andava pazzo per i zupponi di latte lui quando c'aveva 3 anni.
Ma che c'è?
Veramente?
Ma te guarda che sta... Si scresi.
No.
È pazza lei. È pazza perché questo non lo conosci mai.
Ma veramente?
È parente, mica siete parenti.
We need to get a close-up on some of these chest hairs, too.
You don't want to do...
But you did bring it back. I mean, you had it all. You had the sex, drugs, rock and roll thing going on, too. Was that part of it?
We had a bit of that and all, yes, indeed. I
And
mean,
that
we
was part
would have been stupid not to,
Yeah.
I think, to be honest with you, because that was, you know, something you could do. And let's face it, why, you know, in those days, why did guys get into bands? To get laid.
You're right.
They just started to
Yeah. Let's see.
Well, you know, they just... Oh, he hates that. No, the problem is I can't do that then.
You sat around there and you said, how old were you? And you said, let's get into a band so we can get laid.
Well, I was about 14 when I said I'd get into a band. I don't know whether that was the reason then or not.
I was 10 years old. I was 9 years old. I had a little drum set, and it was a very cheap little thing. And the same company made a guitar, and they advertised on television. On the guitar commercial, they had a guy playing on the beach surrounded by girls, and I said, I'm putting down the drumsticks. I want to get a guitar. I want to do that. It looks really hard, but I like what's happening there.
La chitarra, dicelo un po', chi, io immagino che non so parlare bene inglese, fai un po' da traduttore. Chi gli regalò la prima, perché lui si è imparato a suonare la chitarra? Perché? Chiedi perché.
Why you play the guitar?
Why? Why? Perché?
This is the only thing I know how to do.
È l'unica cosa che so fare.
Perché mia zia Giuseppina a 5 anni gli regalò la prima chitarra.
I'm playing since I'm 9 years old.
I remember seeing The Hard Day's Night when I must have been about 11 or something, and thinking, God, that looks like fun.
Okay, with Warren, best quality is his tenacity. And his worst quality, I guess, is his tenacity.
Nel quartiere poi cantarono la canzone che lo chiamano Giovanna chitarra.
We always argue amongst ourselves, particularly about when we're writing music, you know, and somebody wants to take a song in one direction.
We don't argue when we're writing music.
Hey, stop it. When somebody wants to take a song in one direction, you know, and somebody wants to take it somewhere else, it's bound to cause tension. But I think maybe that's something that's really good in our music, that we do have that kind of pulling and tugging in every direction.
Is it a big fight for hours, for days?
Months, you know, at the length until the damn thing's finished, until it's mixed.
Alle schöne Männer, Simon Le Bon als Sänger, von allen Mädchen verfolgt. Mania wurde oft angeführt. Bei den Konzerten kippten die Frauen um. Für alle weiblichen Fans, wer ist denn noch zu haben?
The rain is the rain, girl. The rain.
The rain.
The rain.
I failed.
We did. Playgirl got involved. They wanted to interview us, so we've done the interview first, and it went really well. And we were really happy with it. And then they said we can get the cover if we do a shoot.
Well, which of the guys are free, do you mean?
Yes.
Well, there's Warren.
Warren ist noch zu haben und Sterling.
And John at a price.
Und John ist auch noch zu haben.
Of course, Nick and myself are married, so it's a higher
Nick
price.
und ich, wir sind verheiratet und das würde dann schon einen größeren Preis verlangen.
Verheiratet seid ihr meines Wissens nach...
What are you doing on a show called Naked? The word naked in it. And I thought we were going to a naked cafe. I was all excited.
I don't know. It's a bit of a coincidence, isn't it? Naked Cafe and Playgirl shoot as well, the same day.
I did it in 1983.
Oder Sie zumindest mit einem Model. Sie haben ein Faible für Models.
Sorry, do I?
Gardez quelques applaudissements. Il m'en faut pour Simon Le Bon, chanteur de Duran Duran.
About 100 people waited in line, some since 5 in the morning, to get tickets to The Tonight Show, where Duran Duran was performing.
We've been here since 1:30 in the morning, straight from a club, eh? Haven't got rest, nothing, eh? Duran Duran.
Only half the crowd made it into the taping of Jay Leno's show, but the others were not to be disappointed. NBC made a last-minute decision to open the studio next to The Tonight Show and invite the overflow crowd to watch the taping on monitors. What they didn't know was there was a surprise visit in store. First, Jay greeted the young crowd.
I'm sorry we ran out of seats, but...
Then... Duran Duran surprised the fans who couldn't make it into the taping. There were handshakes... autographs...
Can I borrow this one? Sure.
And hugs.
My brother.
Biggs, great, and... I hope it's going successfully for you.
Us too.
Right.
I can write to
Sammy?
something.
And you guys say, you know, we got to reach the young people. Let's go do the Kilborn show, right?
Of course.
We like that.
We're up at this time of night. I can spell it.
Hello.
Do you know this record? Yes.
Can draw something?
That's better than drawing. How about that?
Clearly win at arm wrestling. There's no question, wouldn't I? Oh, Nick, you win at arm wrestling.
I clearly win against Warren at arm wrestling, wouldn't I?
Talk music for a second. The greatest rock band of all time. You've got the Beatles, the Stones, and Duran Duran. Some of the bands struggle, but you guys are doing extremely well, but you just want to keep churning out good music?
Well, hang on. You know, we don't have to work. Well, hey, hang on. Did you ever hear about the yacht, the divorce, and the dietary supplements? A lot of that, mate. It's a lot of that.
What do you do when you, because, I mean, being a rock star has been part of your life now for over a decade. Do you ever want to get off this train and not listen to screaming pubescents and
No, actually, what do you think? I didn't say you were. I said she was. These are grown-up, beautifully shaped men and women in the audience. I did say wet men and women.
Cash. Till drawer will pop open. Put the cash in the till. The change will be shown on the spider. Give them the right change. And put the tin through. Give them a receipt. Take the bag up and then that's it.
Can you repeat that?
I thought you might say that.
And of course, like everybody else, they have to learn the ropes.
Is that something that you have to do, is get back out on the road again next summer? Is that
it's something that we enjoy doing. I mean, we've got so much out of this. I wouldn't tour quite as long next time, but you know, it's something we enjoy doing.
Never had that for you.
Rocking the Punk Masters, huh? What's your name? Kitty.
I brought that for you, Roger.
What? I thought it was a sign. Sorry, if I just sign one of them. You know what? I can have a t-shirt with my own signature.
Play stuff off the new CD, and will you play all the great hits, or how do you do that?
You can't. Not all of them. There's just too many of them.
I'm a guitarist.
I play drums.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Just today.
Oh la la.
A big thank you. That's the name of a new album which pays tribute to such musical giants as Led Zeppelin, The Doors, and Bob Dylan. Duran Duran can still draw a crowd, as John Norris found out.
Testimony to the band's staying power. A recent appearance at an LA record store that drew thousands, some bearing gifts.
I show you my tattoo.
Absolutely, yeah.
This is my Duran Duran tattoo.
And a real tattoo,
not a fan for 13 years.
It's nice to still be loved. Nice, but a little scary.
There's a lot of germ murderers out there.
Hey, Jeff, on the bike?
Yeah.
Well, no, you did it last year. You don't want to start again. You've done that once already. You can unlock the lock if you like.
You all right?
Thank you, darling.
Nice to see you. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was wonderful. Simon, thank you.
Me too, but what about the 80s don't you miss?
What don't you miss?
Yes, what don't you miss?
Those sexually transmitted diseases that we were all so afraid of. That was the worst thing about the 80s. It was like, oh my God, what do I have now?
See, I thought it was just...
That's one thing nobody ever talks about in the 80s. There you go. That's because none of us had it.
You just did.
You just did. Well, you just gave us the good.
Bye.
Well, it's been a long time. It's been 14 years, so, you know, we're family.
Yeah. So everything's cool, you accept him, everything?
Oh, no.
Well, no, we don't.
I'm unacceptable.
It's taken us this long to really kind of let it come out, but...
well, he has a fine stomach, so we're all right.
I love it when Roger says, well, you know, we were #1 in every country of the world. We were selling out stadiums everywhere we went. We were the biggest band in the world. And I looked around and I thought, I fancy a change.
And then, of course, the band kind of changed, and there was just Nick and John and I, and we spent most of our time really working on America and Italy. And now you've got the original 5 members of the band back together. This is when we thought it'd be a good time to come here.
Band reunions. Let's see how this one goes.
Who's gonna come in?
Andy Taylor!
You guys are bad.
Oh, man.
All right.
I'm suing and this album isn't coming out.
All these people, literally hundreds, have been queuing all day to see Duran Duran.
Sorry, I'm on a high right now.
See, I've been waiting 22 years to see them.
Still shaking.
Festival in Barcelona, did you get that? Was it May or something? Is that cool?
You're the first one to come. No, not at all. Oh, it's true.
What's the same?
Fuori.
Who do I have, Sujan? This is such a moment for me. You have no idea how far back I go with these guys. The one and only Duran Duran, welcome.
Hi.
So good to see you guys back again.
Thank you.
I just want to tell you, 18 years and 1 month ago, July of '85, this particular configuration last left the pop stage.
Looking good, looking handsome. Looking handsome, come on in. Now, how are we going to do this? We need to... well, where do we sit? Hold on.
can sit on the arm.
Well, we could get a chair out. Maybe. There's not enough room for you. There's so much attractive manhood out here.
You literally stopped traffic here in New York City. Presidential debate season, Randall will be here as well. Everything here.
Ah, però ci sono solo... perché John è andato via prima. Beh dai, oh. Ragazzi, sono vicino ai Duran Duran, incredibile. Mi sono ridotto fanatismo per le buntine.
good fans. We have fans who've been following the band for 20 years. Yeah. And we've got a whole bunch of new ones. I think some fans managed to kind of multiply. Yeah. In that way that people do. And they're bringing their kids and granddaughters. And we actually played last year at the Now and Then Festival. I think it was one of the best shows we ever had. Yeah. And it was. I was there. It was brilliant. There's girls taking their tops off in the audience. You dirty devil! Back over there! Do it again! No, please do.
Simon and I actually went to a house party, and I suddenly realised it was about 5 o'clock in the morning, and I couldn't remember the name of our hotel. But somebody had lent me one of the kids' bicycles, so I was in some sort of satin Anthony Price suit or something.
You were in the right state is what you were in, mate.
I can imagine. Cycling round Winnipeg.
Simon parties a lot too, or no?
Yeah, I mean, he likes to relax.
Diciamo che gli piace rilassarsi, quindi...
That sort of thing. A rough old life at sea.
Terrible, but that wasn't the most memorable moment. I'm getting my money's worth, aren't I? You've got to admit.
Wondering where the hotel was, and I thought it was 3 blocks away, and then turn right and you'd be there. But about half an hour later I realised I'd cycled into some suburban area of Winnipeg, and I had absolutely no idea where I was or what the name of the hotel was, and I didn't have any money either, but I did have a bicycle that didn't belong to me.
You know, it was important that we looked like we were in the same band. You know, I think that a lot of bands, after they have spent a lot of time together, they kind of disintegrate and they look like, you know, 5 individuals. And, I mean, we are 5 individuals.
Yeah.
But,
we're 5 individuals who go to the same sunglasses shop.
Yeah. Personally, I blame our tailors.
Don't you blame the tailors?
Hey, you've only just come back.
Get the blame for everything.
So, eventually, a taxi driver came past. It was probably 5 a.m. in the morning, and I managed to stop him. There wasn't anyone else around. And I said, well, can you start telling me the names of hotels in your city?
And just to sort you out!
Hold on, what's that? No! Hold it! I'm not consenting to this. I'm not actually. This is not consensual.
Be careful!
Careful with that. That's the best I've seen him look. Now, you'd tell me if I look silly, wouldn't you, Nick?
Yeah, we would.
How soon do you want to know?
Wow, boys! Nick!
And eventually I took a guess. I put the bicycle into the taxi, got there, borrowed some money from the guy on the desk. Then I had to find out where the address was that I was so that I could send the bicycle back. There's a lot of squealing.
Oh yeah, it's good when they come.
What does it make you squeal then?
Them.
Our job is to live their dream, because every one of those kids out there would love to be up on that stage and live the life that we do.
Her name was Rio.
It's suddenly becoming like a German TV show.
Don't say a prayer for me now.
She's looking like a wild and a boy.
I think people are tuning in thinking, blimey, Pudsey looks rough.
You find a way to enjoy yourself. What would you do if you were a young man in our position in Madison Square Gardens for the 5th night?
I tell you what, they really have been good ambassadors, those lads.
He said 49. I said, surely not. 45. Coming up to 46.
Did you research with my band before we came on?
Yeah. 45.
Yeah.
That's not so bad.
You know what he said there? He said, my band.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an offence.
Did you say that?
It's in the rule book.
That's against the rules, that one.
Is this how it happened the first time? Is this how the wedge was driven between 5 innocent young Birmingham boys?
We're splitting up.
But after years of lineup changes and solo projects, they're back.
Duran Duran.
Collecting lifetime achievement gongs at every turn.
Thank you, everybody here.
And selling out arenas across the world.
Don't do that.
I meant my backing group, sorry.
Yeah. I always thought that if you could have got Tony Hadley to join, you'd have been huge. I'll be honest. Because that man can carry a note, buddy. That's Tony Hadley booing us there.
We're actually a band of the people, and the people have come back for us.
I think the time we had off from each other has really served us well. We did live for a while, and now we've come back, and the energy is just really special.
The bands at that time, it did seem to me, and I know this is like an old bloke talking, but it seemed to me like it was a more colourful pop scene back then. You had, I mean, there were a few bands now beginning to do it again, but you guys looked spectacular and different and, you know, flamboyant. And we had Culture Club, who looked great as well. Spandau Ballet looked very good as well. Of course, you based yourself on them.
Oh, that's
What happened? That was what
You've
happened,
lost your
wasn't it?
audience.
We're getting in panto mode now.
I've got to take it. You know, we've got more shows booked in September. We're just, I don't know, we're just putting the energy out there and wait for it to come back. And it is coming back.
So what do you fancy wearing tonight, out of all this lot?
Sport for choice, aren't they? I have no idea.
And you know, and old Jeffrey, he said you wear the same thing every night. He has to bring all this stuff.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
And you wear the same thing every night.
That's not true. I haven't said that. On the occasional night, we'll come and say, no, I want something else tonight, when he's got that particular one ready.
Just before they go on stage, I don't want to wear this one. So I have to iron it. The saga of the Union Jack jacket. The fabulous flag jacket made by Anthony Price, delivered yesterday evening. The saga started. Mr. John Taylor had the idea. Why doesn't Simon have a fabulous Union Jack jacket for the Olympic show?
Yeah. You know, the Italians, they have a name for it. They say the beauty of the donkey. The beauty of the donkey. Yeah, I think they call it that because it's when like they think all young people are beautiful, but only certain people can maintain their looks and as they get on. I'm not saying I've maintained mine.
No, it was. That's for me to say. Your wife is gorgeous.
Yeah.
And it was decided the last day of the South American tour. So Mr. Nick Rhodes called Mr. Anthony Price, ordering and suggesting an array of designs of Union Jack jackets to show Mr. Simon Devon.
A little bit less bass and more No, wait. It's a bloody way, innit? Oh, it's not.
That's Simon. Getting ready.
Believe it or not. It's like the Vikings are coming, doesn't it?
How long did you spend warming up?
About half an hour, I think.
Goodness me.
Yeah. And we have to put up with that noise for half an hour before every show.
That's why you're all in this room.
Exactly, yeah. I'm trying to get away from him.
But I think originally Mr. Simon wanted the flag of St. George, the red cross on white. So it took some time to sort of beat out the design. We spent about 2 weeks of every other day changing the idea, changing the colours, changing the flag position. That's a bit more outfit. That throws it, I think.
I think it kind of sets it off, actually. Fucking hell!
Are you allowed to?
What are you talking about? I'm not.
Yeah, it's John McGee now. We're walking now, Shorty. We're walking now.
You're all looking mighty fine. It's great to see you. If anybody lost a telephone in San Francisco last night, it's in my room. Unfortunately, I've used it to call home a few times. I'm sorry, because it's cheaper than the hotel. But I do have your phone, and it has a picture of Nick Rhodes on it when I open it up. 4 seasons were in 2 and 4. Simon finally, yeah? Only what? Didn't you say you were going to say something? No, I didn't. You didn't say sure. All right, I was just going to say, yeah, we're Duran Duran, and we love you.
Well, I've got to tell you, we're here to present the award for the best dance video.
A great dance video means great music and great style. Something you guys know a thing or two about. You guys set the standard for rock star videos. You guys did Hungry Like the Wolf, Girls on Film. You had exotic locations and foxy ladies, hot clothes.
just the end. When she shines, she really shows you all she can. All real, real dancers rise to real grace.
We've got a little bit of time to get a tour together. We'd like to start off at the beginning of next year, and hopefully we'll be working all our way around the world and finishing up in England when we're really hot.
Really hot?
Yes, really hot.
And you're looking forward to touring again?
Yeah, it's been a long time. Every chance I get to go on stage I do, which means going on stage with any other band I can. It makes me a terrible slag, really, doesn't it? But
when's your baby coming?
My baby is coming in August by special delivery.
You guys never won a VMA.
That's right.
That's not right, right?
Yeah, but you know what? The VMAs didn't even exist when we started making videos.
You guys invented girls on film.
There you go.
I've seen you at the beach, and I've seen you on TV. 2 of a billion stars, and that means so much to me. Like a birthday or a pretty view. But then I'm sure that you know it's just for you. Yeah.
Right, now we go over to Jules. Oh, 5-star. Sorry. It's because I was sitting next to them. I just got very excited. Sorry. The Pearsons are real brothers and sisters, and they come from Romford, and they're aged 16 to 21. They're managed by their father, who used to play with Wilson Pickett, and this is their new single called "Find the Time." Oh, poo!
Come on, people, let's check this out.
No sound. No sound.
Come on, everyone. You guys all need to stand up here. On behalf of MTV, I present Duran Duran with their Lifetime Achievement Award.
I gotta say something. I gotta say something.
What's your name? Stephanie. This is Merchie.
This is a bit of a surprise. I've got to say thank you to all you people out here, everybody watching us on TV, to the whole MTV generation. We've had an amazing time over the last couple of months. We've been writing songs, we've been recording, and last night we played a show at our first show in New York, and it really kicks ass. I love these guys. This is half the reason we got back together. The other half is out there. Thank you.
You know, I think we've been punked, actually. These are probably going back.
Oh no, Simon Le Bon.
Yeah.
Dei Duran Duran. Okay. Ciao, sono Simon Le Bon, Dei Duran Duran. Ecco che faccio sempre. Ecco il nostro video.
Yeah.
Ciao DJ lo dice.
Ciao
Simon.
Right, yes.
Sì, ciao Jack.
Ok. Ecco il nostro video.
Ecco il nostro video.
Ecco il nostro
video.
Ecco il nostro
video.
Ok.
Bueno, era Simon Le Bon. Sí, Simon Bond, Le Bond. Pero a John Taylor también le hemos visto muchas veces.
He's got this boyish enthusiasm.
We've become good friends. He is also a pleasure to know, and he's very rarely a dick.
Ok, thank you, thank you.
Digli di guardare qui però. Oh!
Okay.
No, another time, please. Not the fucking camera phone, mate.
The Madison Square Garden is 2 months to go. All the way from Toronto, Duran Duran, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Now, John, what was it you guys were trying to bring back into the country that helmet wore?
Simon Le Bon. He was confiscated at the airport, I'm afraid, for being in possession of a beard.
There was snow and ice, and we were in the Winnebago camper, and we were going up this hill, and we get to a point where the bus just slowed to a stop, and I couldn't hold a note at all. And I just had to say to the people, look, this is not fair on you, and it's not really fair on me either. I can't continue. And the wheels spun, and the bus just started rolling backwards towards this precipice, and we all had to jump out and push it.
I do take it very seriously, whether it's as a historian or archivist.
It's like beyond a cult following. It's more like a love affair.
Had a solo with.
It's amazing what you can do with computers, isn't it?
Thank you so much.
Do pictures in a minute.
Oh, okay. We can't do it now.
If we start
With an eye, cherry with an eye.
Turn with an eye, yes.
There you go.
Hi, how are you, Simon?
In a minute.
I guess I don't need much.
Rio.
Oh.
Well, I wondered whether he was attracted to that.
She was the one other person I knew that was just wildly in love with Duran Duran.
Our biggest dream when we were 13 or 14 years old was to meet Duran Duran. So it was very interesting.
Bringing people together. Friends reunited.
I'm collecting hugs. Yeah, I am. I waited 35 years for this. Thank you so much, Lacey. You see, you guys are half the reason this works.
Yeah, and they're not very. It's not very red carpet.
Oh, I love this.
As we say in England.
We stayed a long time. This is so cool. It's amazing. You know, I think this is thank you. Time for this. Thank you very much.
25 years. Hello. What's going on down there?
All right, calm it. I think we got a birthday.
Now, just before we see the video, I've got a surprise for you. I just happened to bake a cake. I haven't baked the cake, but the TVM have baked a cake for you, yes.
Oh, that was a while ago. I had that birthday.
Bill, I think we should sing it anyway.
I think we should sing it anyway.
Yeah.
What do you say?
I'll start.
Okay, you start.
Okay, right. Happy birthday to you.
Joyous anniversary. Joyous anniversary.
Happy birthday, Rocky Roger. Happy birthday, Rocky Roger. Happy birthday, Rocky Roger. Happy birthday to you.
Yay!
Whose birthday is it? No, you're joking.
Happy birthday, dear me. Cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Thank you very much.
Simon. Yo! Now, Simon, you now have the choice.
Yeah.
Having failed totally to correctly pass the pie, you now have the choice of staying in the game or being eliminated. What would you like to do?
I'll stay in the game!
Yeah! Great! A new pie, please! A new pie!
Will you be performing tonight? Are you going to play something special, maybe?
We always play something special. One of our favourite songs to play. Well, funnily enough, last night it was Simon's birthday. brought him a cake. Cake came on stage. We were extremely well behaved with the cake. We were tempted to do something with the cake, but it was a very large cake. Came on stage.
Make a wish anyway. Do I need to smell it? Usually it's the point where David can see us goes, will you smell it? Oh, that's good, isn't it? I thought you'd forgotten something.
He looked at all of us and he was waiting for us to do something bad. Right. We didn't. So he put his head in the cake.
Has anybody seen that on YouTube today?
I thought they were going to go. I thought they were going to go. I thought they were going to go. I thought they were going to go.
You're such a
Thank you very much. I can't fucking believe I did that to myself. Quattro, I think.
Welcome back, you guys. Okay, so I have like never ever been more excited to interview bands than this one because I totally grew up with their posters on my wall and I rocked out to all their concerts, just like all the many of you across the world. Please welcome Simon Le Bon and John Taylor of Duran Duran. Get over here, I want a three-way.
It's been so long.
Yes, oh.
Cannot contain my excitement and I'm trying to sit on my hands to do this interview. The 37-year-old who is the me now is trying to just not be sycophantic or too Duran Duran geeky in any way. We're here to talk about your...
Just a little bit.
Well, maybe. I'll try hard not to.
The MTV Video Visionary Award. To have an award named after you. What does that mean?
Well, we were there at the start.
Yes.
You know, and MTV helped form Duran Duran.
Yes.
And we like to think Duran Duran helped form MTV.
And with great ideas, and maybe you create MTV.
Well, we're going... maybe...
Where's the royalty check?
Yeah, we've got to be very careful how we talk about this now. Maybe MTV created us. Thanks, guys.
So we're proud to be here and to still be a part of the story. That sounds like... I remembered that well, didn't I?
Yeah, that was pretty good, man. I was like,
put that in your speech. Yeah, I think I will.
They gave you a key to the city. Am I correct on that one? In Milan, I heard that they gave you the key.
I thought that actually. That was it's a skeleton key. Yeah, it's a skeleton key. We didn't actually get the keys to the city. I think we have some keys to Los Angeles somewhere too. When we got the star on Sunset. I don't quite know what that means.
I don't either. But in my mind,
can you just walk in a bank or somebody's bedroom or?
Yes, that is what I'm hoping for.
It's that
in my
gate
mind.
in Bel Air,
you know,
open that nobody else.
Yeah, you can just like walk in there and be like, well, I have the key to the city, so.
We were into the internet very early, weren't you?
Well, we were actually the first band, I believe, to digitally download a song for sale.
Which was?
About 3 years ago, a song called Electric Barbarella. And at the time, it didn't seem like a huge deal, you know, because it was just emerging technology. We were in Milan, and the mayor of Milan gave us this award, which I think they invented that week, actually. But we were.
Are you sure?
But
you've never
I don't know. Nobody else has ever had it.
Right next to John Lennon. Yeah, I don't think there's any better place we could be. Does that mean anything to you?
The star?
Yeah, in America, that's the pinnacle of reaching the masses is to get your own star.
The star to us, I mean, you know, we could have had 200 Grammys by now, but the star means a lot more than the Grammys. People walking over you on Hollywood Boulevard.
See, no, you're laughing. I don't know whether to take it seriously.
It's true.
It's one of those things.
That's the problem with Nick, isn't it? You just don't know. I've had to deal with that for nearly 20 years.
And we try to have fun doing it, yeah.
So I was backstage at Sonar, and there was rumours that one of you was running around the dressing rooms with their top off, and running around the dressing rooms with their top off, and start with some ladies. Who was it?
Well, it would have to be you.
It would only be me.
I get it. We're not doing bottom. We do topless Tuesday. We don't do bottomless Friday yet, but it's coming. I promise.
Can't wait.
I'm sorry, you're not going to see the eyes widen with fear.
He's a difficult guy to fall out with, Simon. We've all managed it, but
when we're all together, when we're all in sync with each other, it's a great thing, you know. Nick is my oldest friend, so you know, I know him quite well, and yet he never fails to surprise me.
And this season, they will be wearing gold guitars and gold snake cowboy boots.
And for me, that moment on the album is something sort of beautiful and strange that we haven't had for a while.
So what Nick's really saying is that this piece of music, The Man Who Stole the Leopard, is really his, and it's the most important song on the album.
Not at all.
Yes, that's kind of how I'm reading it.
That's not what I meant.
And anyone that you guys have met recently that's really inspiring? I like your little faces on that.
What are we expecting? We're expecting the roof to come off the venue, float away, some small aliens to come and land on the stage and come and jam with us. But if that doesn't happen, we're just going to play a show.
So for any new musicians that are watching this, that want to be in your position, what advice would you offer?
Songs. Work on your songwriting, because until you've got that, you don't really have anything viable to keep giving to people.
Form a band.
Fresh question.
It's a bit recycled.
I'll give you a fresh one. Last one. Where's your favourite place you've been with your top off?
Where's my favourite place? I just can't make that public.
You guys are amazing. You've been together for 30 years, and you just always are a complete success. We are at the Modern Museum of Art. I just asked them if Marina Abramovich would ask you to be a piece in her conceptual art, because you're a live piece of conceptual art.
Well, I always said we'd end up in a museum.
Yeah.
One day. And we did.
have you ever had problems with the music business?
Next.
Good question. I think it's the tip of a very large iceberg. I mean, it's a very yeah, that's a new. I just thought of that one.
There would be a book of art. I'm sorry, here it is, and it's utterly glorious. Who knew that John was going to sneeze then? Who knew the details?
Cerrando este personal fair y voy a mostrar entre el tumulto de la gente Dani Gómez.
No se escucha nada. Vinimos acá, estamos esperando a Duran Duran hace más de 2 horas, pero bueno, ya viene supongo. Son todos los fans de Duran Duran. No se escucha nada, pero va todo bien.
The best London show we've ever played. Amazing. Brilliant.
I actually thought it was. I thought it was the most relaxed London show that we've done. I thought the crowd was the grooviest.
Roger thought it was the best one yet. But he always says that when he gets overexcited. And when he's got friends and family there, it's usually the best one yet, isn't it, Rog?
And oh lordy, we can't dance.
Speak for yourself.
Well, I've seen you dancing.
And that was post-choreographer.
Last night you guys performed here in Milan, 25,000 people.
30 billion people watched us.
What was that like? What was the crowd? How did they receive it?
A very noisy bunch of people. Italians are very noisy, aren't you?
They are noisy. Well, look, I got a clip of that performance. We're gonna roll in.
Sumir fjölmiðlamenn stóðust ekki mátið og tóku þekktan Duran Duran slagara fyrir sjálfa sveitina sem kunni vel að meta framtakið.
Great to see you guys. Great to see. We had a little debate at the top of the show.
No, we didn't have
Yes,
a debate.
we did. The song
We've heard
Hungry.
about this.
Hold on. Wolves. Listen, it's a wolf.
It's the hi-hat. On the drum set.
On the kick drum.
hi-hat. Well, that explains a lot.
But it does say wolf several times in the song, so I guess that's wolves, right?
See? Thank you. Someone's on my side.
You know, you still owe me $10.
Because you guys never really fell out with each other, did you?
Roger was the reluctant.
But Roger, you went nuts for a couple of years, didn't you?
I knew you were going to say that. You harmed pigs.
Got it?
This is video.
Oh, was
And lots and lots about sex in here.
I thought I was quite discreet, actually.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I thought so. But discretion's not what it used to be, is it?
It is, no.
You had a lot of it, though, didn't you?
Discretion.
You know, but you know, I was 22 then, so you know, it was a long time ago, and I've changed a lot.
Well, actually, John's the person he always was, but never allowed us to see a lot of when he was younger.
I think that 4-song run is just
very good.
fantastic.
No, I agree.
So we could do Wild Boys after Reflex and then do Careless Memories.
Can we have can we have Night Boat or Tiger Tiger? That's what I really like.
Yeah.
One or the other, or both. No, actually no. 'Cause I love doing the chauffeur. I think Tiger Tiger.
Instead of New
Instead of no, just put it in. Put it in.
Chauffeur definitely goes down.
Back in the 80s, it was pretty wild times.
Well, you had to. I think that's the point. The point of the book is you would have done the same if you'd have been there.
How
With
could you
you?
even remember?
Well, no, I didn't say that.
There's a fine line drawing our senses together, and I think it's about to break.
Girls on film. 2 minutes later, girls on film.
And mine is Bop Baba, Bop 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 Baba, this is Planet Earth.
Today, you are in Chicago. The venue is, you're on stage at, the hotel is this. And in the top left-hand corner, there was a number, and I found by the end of the tour, it was either 18, 21, 20. And I said to the tour manager, well, what is that number in the corner? He said, well, that's the legal age for intercourse in that state. Oh. But, you know, at this point, all the band members were still virgins. So it was actually...
Let's just have Tiger Tiger before the chauffeur then.
Yeah, please. I would love that. So, and it would go...
Put it before the show.
Yeah, before the chauffeur.
Oh,
just stick it in.
Swap your religion with
No, don't stick anything. Oh, it's great tonight. What New Moon Monday, you thinking?
Oh, we could put New Moon in.
Where?
Great tunes, great words, and something that'll get you up and dancing. We are generally known as the ultimate party band.
Yes, you are.
So...
Who gave you that title first?
I did. Is there a problem?
I don't think so.
I don't like to get out of bed before 11 o'clock in the morning.
You think it's a secret?
She is amazing. It's so awesome, the way that you spoke it. It's got rhythm, the tempo was fantastic. I mean, we were all like, wow. She nailed it.
The newscast of it was just the day job, so that was fine, but then he threw in this curveball.
Yeah,
Can
the
you
GPS
just,
lady.
Can you just do a bit
Sexy
of a sat nav?
GPS lady.
Sexy, not so much, but oh my goodness, best 10 minutes of my life, I think.
A selection of Duran Duran lovers will have the chance to tell their heroes directly what they represented for them and the impact they had in their lives.
That I have to bring out here. Can I have the... Okay, so this is my poster that originally was hanging on my door, and I would say goodnight to it every night and good morning every day.
What have you...
And do
Isn't
you
it
know...
amazing? He still has the same hair.
Still has the same hair.
What have
Here,
you
you
been
get to
What
sign
have you been
this.
doing to it? I mean,
Well, it has taken its toll over the years. It had to travel like 9,000 miles to get here, and it's been a while. You never mind any of that. Woo! Thank you guys so much for being here.
You've played you've played over 1,000 live dates. You've sold over 20 million albums. What could possibly be next?
2,000 live dates, 50 million hours.
I knew you'd say that.
You did, didn't you?
I set you up.
I'll go and do the chair again then.
Okay.
I'll do the chair.
You do the chair. Come on. Stay here. Chelsea Noble.
way the interview ends. This is the way the interview ends. This is the way the interview ends. Not with a bang, but with a whisper. Whoosh.
Ciao, sono Simon Le Bon di Duran Duran. Ecco il nostro video, The Wild Boys. Ciao, DJ TV.
Okay, bye for now. Have a nice weekend.
This is like bollocks, isn't it?
It is, isn't it?
Shall we do one more? What do you three think? Let's give it a minute. Let's see how much noise they can make. Just be ready. Let's go. Hello, good evening. Good evening, Canada. Yeah, you can carry on if you like. It's okay, we won't stop you. We wouldn't do that. I think this is like what we call crowd bathing. It's like sunbathing, but less harmful to your skin. Standing here on stage in front of you, you can't help but notice what a good-looking bunch of people you are.
OE of pizza. I put a little whiff of beer. If there's one thing better than pizza, it's pizza and beer.
There's some very, very good-looking people over here. And over here, and over there, 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 yes, and over there, and basically, I would. I think we all would, fellas, right?
I started.
Shine the little light on the band, and we don't feel so lonely. Come on, make the stars come out in the night. Look at it. Look at it. That's fantastic.